join the club and float this Whiskey River reservoir. We're gonna spend the weekend in the deep end of a diving ball.
Rise and shine, campers. Is it going to be a beautiful day out there, Shanda?
I don't know, but will you share the studio with me so I can see what's going on?
Oh my God. Get the poop out of your brain, Oz, and get that studio shared. There we go. Now we see each other.
So much better. We're live. Hi, guys.
Yeah. What's going on, man? I feel like El Toro Poo-Poo today. How about you, Shanda?
Yeah, me too. Me too. Still fighting the dizziness. I'm going to have to do something about it.
Are you pregnant?
Yeah, right.
No, sorry.
Just call me Mary.
God. Evening Christmas. Hey, let me see. You're a little dark today. Let me see.
I know. What is going on?
I've got you on a different camera this morning because the other one was freezing up. Hi, everybody. Hey, Cirrus. Cirrus is in over there.
Hey,
Cirrus is keeping
Hey, Raza.
Raza.
Jelly.
Jelly. Yeah, we got Shahyar over there and Kim. Hi, Kim.
Welcome.
Hi, Kim. Yeah, let me see if I can get you a little bit more lit up a little bit. I know that is this a low energy look for you, Shanda?
It must be.
Shit, me too, man. I mean, we had a fun, there you go.
That's better.
Turn the lights on.
There I am.
Yeah, there you are. We had a great show last night. I enjoyed it. I think everybody seemed to like it. And we love your boyfriend and my boyfriend, Glenn Greenwald, your boyfriend, Chris Hedges. Yeah, so that was...
Jilly, actually, I do know, like I said, my best friend's a doctor, and she's been sending me these videos of how to reset your internal Geico counter, and I've tried them a couple of different times. I kind of really need somebody to help me do it, because you got to, like, fall over, and your eyes go back and forth, and then you got to reset. And so, yeah, I'm working on doing those.
The way I feel, I'm getting ready to try the Groundhog Day reset. I don't think it's going to work the best for me, though, in that case.
Groundhog Day is coming up, huh?
Yeah, sure. I tell you, I mean... that movie, the best part was...
That was one of the best movies ever. Can I just say Bill Murray was so hilarious in that movie?
Yeah, and from what I understand, he didn't really care for that movie that much, but it made him super popular. I bet that movie has been watched more than most of them.
Oh, yeah.
But the part in that where he's doing the toaster in the tub, I mean, in the mornings I'll be looking at the toaster, and my wife Joey says, she goes, what are you looking at? I go, I'm looking at the toaster. She goes, why? I'm going to go take a shower. And she just laughs. But
hair dryers work well too.
Yeah, hair dryers. Yeah, I think that's. I just see that cord melting on my way down. Right. Oh man. Anyway, it's Tuesday. Let's do some tubing through the news.
Yeah, tubing through the news.
Tubing through the news. Well, I put this cover up here. I'm sorry, made everybody throw up, but I wanted to feature Donnie on his day before his last day. Never concede. Will he ever concede?
I don't know, but I know a military band just went in front of the White House playing "Hit the Road, Jack." You know?
Hit the road, Jack. He's
not gonna have a choice. As of tomorrow, he's leaving. So
yeah, but I have a feeling he's probably thinking you might think you have the last laugh, but I do. I really do. I think that's his mindset. So
I do too, and God knows what he's capable of once he's not holding office. Yeah,
I saw a blip on the news last night where there was going to be some last minute pardons.
Oh, I heard there's 100 pardons coming down.
Yeah, I'm just hoping there's a Snowden and Assange in there, and our bland cardboard cutout of a reporter over at The Intercept, Brian Grimm, said there's zero chance. Was that right?
On what side of his face did he say that?
Oh shit, I don't know. Maybe it wasn't. I think it was Ryan Grimm. If it isn't, I apologize, Ryan. It was one of your cohorts in bullshit. So that's.
I'll smell the same.
Yeah. smell like some that burning sensation's going on. Yeah. Sharyar says 23 hours until the inauguration. Boy, I'm not waiting for that. No. So yeah. So anyway, I don't know what else is going on.
I don't know. We got a full deck, I can tell you. So I found a lot of stuff to talk about.
So shut up and move forward, Oz. You're just ad-libbing too much here.
Thanks, Dilly. I'll check those out after the show.
Yeah, let's see if I can get this. Let me see if I can get it up over here on the deck. Speaking of the cardboard cutout himself, Ryan Grimm responds to this from Hillary Clinton. Congress needs to establish an investigative body like 9/11 Commission to determine Trump's ties to Putin so we can repair the damage to our national security and prevent a puppet from occupying the presidency ever again. Yeah, Ryan Grimm says, actually, Hillary Clinton's quote from this, I would love to see his phone records to see whether he was talking to Putin on the day the insurgents invaded our capital. Well, there you go, Ryan. Just keep micromanaging everything. And I'm sure he's not referring to her statements on the Twitter, but he's referring to the recording. So let's just run into that recording and get it out of the way so nobody vomits up profusely while we play it here. Or will you?
Take a listen.
We learned a lot about our system of government over the last 4 years with a president who disdains democracy and, as you have said numerous times, has other agendas. What they all are, I don't think we yet know. I hope historically we will find out who he's beholden to, who pulls his strings. I would love to see his phone records to see whether he was talking to Putin the day that the insurgents invaded our capital. But we now know that not just him, but his enablers, his accomplices, his cult members have the same disregard for democracy. Do you think we need a 9/11 type commission to investigate and report everything that they can pull together and explain what happened?
I do.
She does.
I mean, what was the Mueller report? We had a whole entire multi-year investigation that tore the country apart for years and infected everyone apparently in the resistance liberal side with brainworms. And yet they want another investigation, another report. I also love how she throws out there this just completely baseless allegation that he was being directed by Putin on the day of the insurrection at
This is just insanity at its best. I mean, there's so many things wrong with this. Yeah, let's get another bullshit, fraudulent commission out there to make up lies, so we don't ever have another puppet for a president. Come on, we all know Biden is a puppet.
Yeah, he's going to be the puppet from, the 60s puppet shows, Thunderbirds and all that stuff. I mean, Edgar Bergen is probably rolling his eyes, and that's awful hard in his condition. Honestly, this is coming from I was taking sniper fire in Bosnia. I mean, yeah, really? When are they going to stop platforming this so... Oh,
evil.
She has
evil. She's just evil.
She has no credibility in the critical thinking world at all. I mean, this is all bullshit, and it's just sickening. But that's out of the way. Let's move on. That's
thanks
just
for
terrible.
making me nauseous right off the bat.
I'm sorry. I had to get the vomitous stuff out of the way. Hey, Barbara Bartleson. Al Walski. Good morning, Al, Vermont. Yeah. So anyway, you brought this. What's this?
So this is along the same lines. Former intelligence officials at PBS Nightly News tonight say the U.S. should think about a 9/11 commission for domestic extremism and consider applying some of these lessons that we've learned from fighting Al Qaeda here at home. And I got to say, AOC was out there last night pushing we need to deprogram the cult of Donald Trump. So she wants some kind of program implemented where we can decultify these guys.
Okay, I'm all for it, Shanda. As long as they deprogram the cult of Russiagate.
Exactly.
Jesus Christ. They're trying to invent their new Russiagate is what they're trying to do because they're not going to have anything to bitch about on Thursday. Right. I mean, the mass media complex is going to be, taking Trump to the grave. So again,
they will be, and they're just going to double down. The Trump rhetoric's not going to go away in 2 days. They're just going to keep riding on it.
No, I mean he's the golden ticket. He's been the golden ticket.
He has been. He saved MSNBS. He saved CNN. Remember, people were leaving them in droves in 2016 because we saw through their freaking lies.
Yeah. Hi, Choosy Heretic Choose.
Hey,
Carnation Revolution now. Salt Lakers, hey-o. I like the sheep.
Hey-o.
I like the sheep. We need to do more sheep stuff. I don't know what.
I got a lot of sheep stuff.
Anyway. Well, here's the no dumb moment. The Democratic Party, where progressives' hopes and dreams go to die, they lie over and over and kick the can of our needs down the road. Oh yeah. And this has been happening for decades. I can vouch for it. 60-year-old here. So yeah, and it really got bad after Reagan. It just went in the toilet because we had.
Well, that's when the Dems embraced neoliberal policy, and they became a uniparty, not two separate parties.
Yeah, Wild Bill Will, Crooked Bill, Wall Street Hill, and Crooked Bill. We got a Nancy here. What is this?
Oh, this is some hypocrisy at its finest.
Okay. Yuck! I want the grim Nancy back from last night.
Play OC. Our election was hijacked. There is no question. Congress has
a duty to bullshit more.
Yep.
Permanent suspension of Trump. Censure. Oh, God. And even temporarily suspending him for following last week's riots on Capitol Hill. So, yeah.
So you can go ahead and cut it there. The main point of this is, in 2017, Pelosi is shooting out tweets saying that our elections are fraudulent, there was interference, blah, blah, blah. The same people that say that now, they get suspended and kicked off of social media.
Yeah. It's going to be censor those who don't align with our political ideology, and it's going to start with social independent media because that's just where the low-hanging fruit.
Oh yeah.
And I got news for them. Once they get pissed off at one of the big media conglomerates, it's going to come after them too. So. Barbara Bartleson says, loved your MLK Day show yesterday. Well, thank you, Barbara.
Good.
Yeah, that was a very, as you can tell, Barbara, it was very heart-filled individuals, and that was a Washington State-centric group up there with Sharon Abreu and Mike Hershowitz. Yeah, that was a great show. It really appealed to the demographics, and they did a great job. Let's see, we're going here. This was sent to us. Somebody sent this to us. I need
Anthony submitted this.
Anthony, that's right, Anthony. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Anthony. We appreciate that. We have Immortal Techniques. If the governor knew, then his charges would be more than just a willful neglect, shaking his head. And this is the Flint water crisis. It's got Snyder and all the evil ones there. Those people, I believe, should be incarcerated for a long time.
I think Obama needs to be on that list for all of his theater antics and the whole "I'm not staging drinking water" bullshit.
See, you're stealing my fire again, because that was my next sentence. Why isn't Obama's picture slapped on there? Well, I should have put it on there. And this is Steve Poinkin. Is that his name? Over at Slow News Day.
Steve over at Slow News Day.
Yeah, willful neglect is the most lenient charge they can throw at Snyder without getting all of Michigan in the streets. I would say that all of Michigan should get in the streets anyway, because the guy needs to go down in a big way. So again, that's
I'm glad to see it, but I hope that it's not going to be some stupid slaps on the wrists and just for show, but that's probably what it's going to be.
Sure it is. Absolutely. Because when you're rich and you are embedded with the establishment deep state, no matter which side you're on, remember, we have one party, a party of the wealthy and the well-connected.
Yep.
So, yeah, what do we got?
Totally.
What's this?
This is The Gray Zone. Max Blumenthal dropped this last night.
Max, yeah, I didn't get time to listen to it. Check it out.
25,000 National Guard troops have been sent to D.C. In response to the Capitol riot. Behind me, you can see 7-foot non-scalable fencing that was instantly put up, and thousands of armed National Guard troops authorized to use lethal force are there as well. Areas around D.C.'s city center, from Capitol Hill to the National Mall to downtown, have been divided into green and red zones. In the red zone behind this newly installed non-scalable fencing, no vehicle or foot traffic is allowed. The green zone is authorized only to foot traffic, and even official vehicles are swept for weapons. DC Metro Police have blocked roads in residential areas on Capitol Hill. Closer to the governing center, armored vehicles and troop carriers are flanked by armed National Guard members standing around aimlessly and even directing traffic at times. The streets are completely empty. It is an eerie atmosphere, an atmosphere of emergency rule and martial law.
Yeah. Eerie.
That,
Yeah.
That's a free election for you, a fair election in a free country, right?
Yeah, well, they're not going to touch D.C., but it's the state capitals that are going to get the shit tomorrow. And from what I understand, they've got Washington State's capital covered. I don't know about some of the, maybe the chat can let us know what's going around in other municipalities, but yeah, it's going to be a hell of a day. But I'm thinking there's going to be some hot spots around the country.
Oh, I do too.
Do you think some of those southern areas where it was close going to be really hot or what?
Maybe the Carolinas, Georgia, those type of places, Richmond, Virginia. We're already seeing stuff popping off in those areas. But Washington State says that they have plenty of troops down there, and that they haven't received any credible threats. So
it's too wet.
They're not expecting anything.
They don't want to get wet.
Cold.
They don't want to get. Stevie, how's it in West Virginia? How's your state doing? And we'll let that catch up here. It'll be a couple seconds. I'll wait for a response. Yosemite, peace dove. Yosemite. I could never say that correctly. Yosemite.
Trump can't say it either. I about died when I saw it. It said Yosemite.
I know. I've heard Oregon called Oregon and
Oregon,
Washingtonians, what all that stuff. Anyway, moving right along. What do we have here? New Yorker.
So this was footage that was released by the New Yorker yesterday, and there's just one little clip I took out of it, and then we'll talk about it.
I saw this. I wonder what clip you picked. Probably the same one I would. Yep.
Oh no, this is good stuff.
Yeah.
Hey, quit acting a fool! No, this is good. This is all good. This is something talking about
Sounds like Animal House.
This is a good one. Him and Wall or whatever.
Is that Chewbacca?
Yeah, Chewbacca.
Chewbacca? What do they think? That's a bomb or something?
Hey, man.
Hey, man.
Hey, man.
Good to see you guys. It's cool. Fist bump me.
Notice the cop that's giving him the tour.
Yeah, he's getting the tour.
I'm good, thank you. All right.
Are you okay, sir? You need medical attention?
I got shot in the face with some kind of plastic bullet.
Some plastic bullet.
We will. I've been making sure they ain't disrespecting the place.
Okay, just want to let you guys know this is like the sacredest place.
Wear your mask right, buddy.
He's like, come on, don't sit there.
Because Mike Pence is a fucking traitor. I'm not one to usually take pictures of myself, but in this case...
I wouldn't sit there. I'd be afraid I'd get some fungus.
So the most disgusting part of that for me was that cop that was walking around giving him the fucking tour of, hey, well, don't sit there, don't do that. That cop needs arrested, period.
Maybe he was instructed to do that.
How that's insanity.
It wasn't good optics for sure. It wasn't good optics, and I don't know. So now they've got it tightened down, like ratcheted down, like Fort Knox or what?
Oh yeah, Chewbacca's not getting anywhere near it.
Yeah, he's having his special diet in the Stripey Hole.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah. What is it? Was it
grass-fed, grain-fed? Yeah.
Grass-fed, grain-fed, cheeseless pizza or something like that?
Yeah, probably.
What do we got? Censored news.
This is Richie Medhurst.
Richie.
So, you know how after George Floyd was killed, and you had all these protests, nationwide protests in all 50 states.
Still 50.
You had all these companies coming out and changing their logos in solidarity with Black Lives Matter, right? Just to remind you very quickly, for example, Twitter, they changed their logo right?
I saw that.
Here are a bunch of brands that did it. They all started basically a giant campaign for this, right? And Ben and Jerry's, all of them, okay? L'Oréal, et cetera, et cetera. They all changed their logos. They all shown solidarity. YouTube as well, everyone. And what I find really interesting is that, they claim to be in solidarity with Black Lives Matter. They say that they're against police brutality and racial injustice. And you go to report on it, and this is what happens, right? So this is back from when? From August, right?
Yeah.
About Jacob Blake. When I did this video about Jacob Blake, they completely removed it, like completely gone. Like, just from the get-go, it's automated, right? And then, again, over here from a few days ago, when I did this video about the new war on terror, right? In that video, I showed you the protests again from the summer, how there was such a stark difference between the way Black Lives Matter protesters were treated. They were completely brutalized, tear gassed, beaten, you name it, run over with cars, just horrendous stuff, right? And then when you look at the events in the Capitol, I mean, it paled in comparison. It paled. They were, the people taking part in this insurrection were practically ushered in and welcomed in.
Practically.
So I was trying to highlight that. And again, they age restrict and basically censor the video, which is ironic because I was talking about censorship in that video. So my point here is that, all these companies, specifically the tech companies, the social media companies, they claim to be against police brutality and all this stuff. And when you try to expose police brutality, you try to report on it. Oh, no, you can't do that.
Yeah.
Wake up, Oz. Wake up.
Yeah.
Richie's got an excellent point. They all support Black Lives Matter, but try to talk about it or, put a video up and they're going to censor your ass.
Oh, yeah. And Jilly says Jordan threw a temper tantrum and started dissing Convo Couch yesterday. We covered that last night. The stream was taken down. And Insight called for them to be censored. What a pussy. Yeah. He is just such a pussy. Ugh. God,
yeah.
Get over it, dude. We have our illegitimate son up here, Shanda.
This is Kyle Kalinske, and we've seen a 180 out of Alex Jones this last week.
Oh, and is he nervous?
Always.
Alex Jones surprised everybody this week when he flipped on QAnon.
Broke all that. We know that. I'm saying Q tells us stuff and all of it's lies is what I'm saying.
You keep interrupting me.
Because you're lying. Because you're full of shit. That's why. Because every goddamn thing out of you people's mouths doesn't come true. And it's always, there's energy and now we're done with Trump. You said he was the Messiah. You said he was invincible. You said it was all over. That we're all going to Gitmo. Now, he's part of a larger thing of Q. I will not suffer your Q people after this. I knew what you were day one. I know what you are now, and I'm sick of it. What? I'm sick of all these witches and warlocks and pumpkin popsums and everything. Oh, God. Sorry. Bye-bye to you. I can't talk to you anymore. Jesus Christ. Lord help me.
QAnon lost Alex Jones.
Oh, shame.
He apparently previously had gone back forth a few times, giving them some credit, but then backed off of it, then giving them some credit, then backed off of it, but now... obviously, he's done with them.
He's done.
Oh my God!
I just found that fucking amusing. He makes me laugh when he's going off. And Alex Jones knows that he's a performer, and a lot of that is for show. But to have their leader telling them that they're full of shit, good. It's about time. These guys need to wake up. Trump is not going to arrest anybody. Nobody's going to Gitmo. Hillary and Obama are not going to go out in handcuffs somewhere. That's not how it works. Shit. It's one big club, and we ain't a part of it.
You got it, baby. And it's the same thing every time an administration changes. It's the same thing. The rats dive off the sinking ship. Oh God, this is the performative actress, right?
This is the Onion girl. Now, we all saw her during the chaos with an onion in a towel, and she kept rubbing it on her face and saying that she was pepper sprayed. But somebody did something really ingenious with this, and it's funny.
Oh, cool. I can't, because this turns my stomach. There are those out there that use this crap for sympathy and favor.
Oh, yeah.
I hate that.
Ma'am, what happened to you?
Oh, yeah.
I got maced.
You got maced. And what happened? You were trying to go inside the
Yeah,
Capitol?
I made like a foot inside and they pushed me out and they maced me.
What's your name? Where are you from?
My name is Elizabeth. I'm from Knoxville, Tennessee.
And why did you want to go in?
We're storming the Capitol. It's a revolution.
Thank you.
I just thought that was hilarious.
Ta-da. Ta-da.
Ta-da.
Oh, we love the humor. We love the humor. Alyssa. Yeah. Okay. Caroline Kennedy.
Caroline Kennedy suspended apparently for posting these pictures of Donald Trump and JFK Jr.
Is that true? They suspended her from what? Was that Facebook or was it?
Apparently, you're not allowed to post pictures of Trump. I don't know. It was supposed to be Twitter. I haven't got any verification that it's real, so take it with a grain of salt. It might be bullshit, but
Yeah.
if it's true, it just is more disgusting.
Yeah, Peace Dove says Mace Karen got milk. Yeah, Mace Karen got milk. This is why our analytics, if I know you guys kind of know when we come up, and those of you who are subscribed, but I don't get alerts for anything on YouTube anymore.
Nope.
I don't get things thrown up in my feed like they used to, like if Jimmy was coming up or Convo or something. It'd be thrown up in my search feed. I wouldn't have to go to the little message thing up in the corner. So that's primarily where, the alerts go, is a little bell up there. But it doesn't get thrown in the feed. They've eliminated that completely. So
absolutely.
And we get in trouble and we don't get featured because, well, we don't monetize for one thing, so we're not making them any money. I've got monetization switched off, except for super chats over on the Natural Progressive Aurora Media. But that's why another reason why we're in the cellar. And plus, I say fuck too much.
Me too.
And we say Trump too much. What are the other buzzwords that you're aware of? It's just riot, insurgency, that sort of stuff. It's just those things.
It's just keywords.
Keywords.
It's all the keywords.
They got a keyword.
I think progressive is one of the keywords. It
Probably.
seems like no matter what you're saying, if it's a progressive forward thinking, you're going to be algorithmed out.
Yeah, and that's it. It's getting more refined as time goes on. So
they're getting good at it.
Yeah, and it's part of the shadow banning and everything else as we get boogered up.
It is.
So anyway, that said, go to Rockfin, please. And we had what, like 30 people subscribe in the last week over at Rockfin. Thank you so much. Or actually, they followed us, and we had some more subscribers. I think I got 4 or 5 this week.
Yeah, good morning to the peeps over on the Rockfin, Chris Foster and Osama number 5. Thank you guys for watching. Everybody else that's watching over there.
Yeah, I'm gonna change my tack, and I'm going to come into the 21st century and put the Rockfin app on my phone so I can go over to Convo Couch instead of
I like it. I like the Rockfin app. I mean, I have iOS, I have Apple, obviously.
Yeah.
I think that they're getting ready to roll out an Android version of it, but it works a lot like YouTube in the fact that I can have continuous play. I can go into other apps and look at other things and still listen to whatever I'm listening to. So it's working very well for me.
Yeah, I need to do that. Pasta scolded me the other day for watching on YouTube instead of on Rockfin. I said, okay, Dad.
I always watch on Rockfin so I don't get in trouble.
Yeah. So thank you guys for filling up the Rockfin. We appreciate you all, no matter where you're watching. But if you could take a little time and watch it over in Rockfin, and that'd be great. You got Lee here.
Prop 22. We've talked about Prop 22 a lot. Prop 22 was the proposition in California, which destroyed Uber, Lyft drivers, said that they can't get paid for their work. So this is a good little breakdown of it.
Yeah, I can't believe California voted for an anti-union bill.
They got duped and they put a lot of money into the propaganda.
Yeah, well, that's the same thing they did with selling booze up in Washington State. $20 million. So
exactly.
Prop 22, which recently passed in California thanks to corporate cash, is already destroying workers' lives just as it was intended to do. California stores, Vons, and Pavilions have already announced they will fire essential workers and replace their drivers with independent contractors, meaning app-based gig workers who have no protections, no benefits, can't fight back with any kind of union power. Funny, I thought those were the essential workers. Remember that?
Yeah.
Remember they were a cent. Remember
Remember,
I feel
Ken?
like it wasn't that long ago when we were all told to thank our essential workers for allowing us to survive.
No, they said
through
fuck
a
our essential
pandemic.
workers.
I feel like that was pretty recent. But apparently these corporate giants, they didn't really mean it. Apparently their thank yous were hollow, like thanking your brother-in-law for bringing you along on the duck hunting trip, which consisted of sitting on a frozen lake for 9 hours and pissing in a bucket. But Uber and Lyft told us that Prop 22 would help workers.
Yeah, it'll help you
They
be a
told
slave.
us it would be a golden age
More
of
slaves.
slaving away at jobs we hate. They would never lie to us. They would never lie to us. Just like when they tell us our driver will be there in 3 minutes. And then 3 minutes go by and they tell us they meant 3 minutes more. And then 3 minutes more go by and they tell us they meant 5 minutes. And then 5 minutes go by, the little car animation looks like the car is inside a building somehow. And then the driver cancels and you get charged a cancellation fee. Honesty is their top priority. Just behind taking your money and exploiting their workers. But honesty is still pretty high on the list.
Honesty.
However, there may be an answer to anti-worker legislation like Prop 22. New York City's first worker-owned, aka cooperative, ride-sharing app is getting ready to be unveiled. Uber and Lyft have so successfully destroyed the taxi industry while not paying their own workers enough that several taxi drivers have killed themselves in New York City.
That's a
Now,
fact.
If you're like me, it doesn't come naturally to stand up for New York cab drivers. Most rides I got when I lived there were like semi-voluntary hostage situations. You get in the car, they drive you around in circles until you pay them $50 to regain your freedom.
It's like a ride.
But that being said, the new Drivers Cooperative is a ride-sharing app that would get rid of the most exploitative aspects of driving for Uber or Lyft. And it would funnel profits back to the drivers rather than further enriching billionaires.
Exactly. Yeah, I think co-ops and anytime that we can get away from them, that's where our future is. And
Co-ops have been tried in grocery industries in the past many
we
times.
have co-ops. I have a co-op locally that we love.
And the problem is they can only get so big because once they catch on, the lobbyists and the ones who control say, okay, you cannot deliver your goods to them or we'll stop featuring your stuff.
Right. They won't allow them into banks too. Like,
Right.
oh, you can't,
Yeah, we so
can't
need a
deposit.
state bank. It's just incredible.
Oh, yeah.
And these assholes like like Newsom and some of the other governors and the state jurisdictions. They're Cuomo. Oh my God. Poor New York.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, they're all in bed with these guys. So your cooperatives are going to have to be like underground cooperatives. Otherwise, they're going to keep pulling shit like Prop 22, suckers and trumps and bears, oh my. And that's what we are when we succumb to this horseshit. Like the liquor laws up in Washington State, I'm not advocating drinking, but that $20 million was a drop in the bucket compared to the profit all these companies made by selling liquor. And they put the Washington liquor department out of business. They said,
well, it's a good thing marijuana was legalized the same year and they just switched over to the cannabis board.
Yeah. And it's all about taking care of, who's falling in line and doing what they're supposed to do. So we're all slaves.
I really learned about the plight of this issue in 2017. Progressives were out there traveling, going to different summits and meetings and whatnot. And a lot of us were using Lyft and Ubers, when you land in another city, you need a ride somewhere. And it was only after talking to taxi drivers in Chicago that I understood how badly these ride sharings are hurting them. They're
it's
unionized,
putting them out
they're
of
not making
business,
shit for money.
Yeah.
So I could see how that would lead to suicides. So.
Oh yeah.
Don't use Uber or Lyft.
So which aspect of our society is not up in suicides? The farmers are up, the veterans are up, the taxi drivers are up, the depression around the country because people are locked down and they can't do that social thing. I mean, suicides are up across the board. Mental help is few and far between. So yeah, it's we're gonna have to start taking care of each other as a people, not only in in response to hunger and living on the street, but in response to political action. So don't just bury your head and say, I don't want to do politics. You have to, because that's part of the overall thing. We have to be able to walk and chew gum. Is this Andrew Yang, and is that the guy from Spawn, that killer clown? Is Yang going to be in the next Spawn movie?
That's John Leguizamo.
Yeah, he was that. Yeah, he was that crazy clown in Spawn, the first one.
He's been in a lot of good movies. But anyways, Andrew Yang is running for mayor of New York against Cuomo, and he got his first big endorsement yesterday.
That's not Cuomo, not mayor. That's De Blasio, right?
Oh, De Blasio. Yeah.
Sorry,
De Blasio.
I just it was just
no. I'm glad you corrected it.
No, I just. Yeah, it's De Blasio, and we both.
Yeah.
I've got Cuomo on the brain because he's such a corrupt fucker. It's just
they all are.
unbelievable. People in the Democratic Party glorify that piece of POS. Okay, here we go.
Hey, what's up, New Yorkers? Now, as you know, the past 10 months have been scary and difficult and painful for many, many, many of us. Many of our communities that I care about so passionately, the Latino community, the Black community, the Jewish community, the Asian community, the gay community, theater community, all of New York City is my community, and they're hurting badly right now. Even with the vaccine, it's going to take a hell of an effort to get New York City back to where we were. But I do know one guy running for mayor who's got the ideas and the enthusiasm to get us there, and that's Andrew Yang. Like a lot of my fellow parents, I got turned on to Andrew Yang during his presidential campaign from my kid, who really wants $1,000 a month, and I said, "Sure, son, let me get that for you." And then I started learning a lot about Andrew, and what he believes in, and suddenly I was 100% Yang Gang. That's right, Yang Gang. Now, if anyone has the brain, the energy, and the empathy to bring New York City back, it's Andrew. He's got real plans to lift our communities out of poverty, to get people back to work, and to turn the lights back on Broadway and revive the entertainment industry, which I care deeply about. And you may be asking, why are you excited about Mayor Andrew Yang? What makes you believe in Andrew? Why is Andrew the candidate to save New York?
I thought there was a cut on
does
that.
New York need from
I'm cutting my.
Because New York means everything to
hurl.
me. And Andrew Yang is a New Yorker.
Shanda, are you buying this?
No, I'm not buying it.
I didn't think you were.
I brought it. I've had problems with Yang for a while now, and I get the appeal, and everybody sure loves to talk about the UBI, but I have a prediction that we're going to see Yang pulling more to the mainstream narrative.
Well, he already is.
Right. Yeah, he's on CNN.
Yeah,
he's
he's playing ball. He's going to be controlled opposition. And John Leguizamo, like many in Hollywood, they jump on bandwagons. They prop up the diametrically wrong candidates. I think the only one in Hollywood that I really, really like right now, besides Susan Sarandon and some of the other ones, is Jim Belushi, because he's growing his pot and he's just talking about real life. So that's who I follow. So
isn't he a Republican too, though?
Shit, I don't know.
I'm pretty sure Yang's a Republican.
Yeah, Yang is a corporatist.
Well, he was Obama's advisor for what was it? It'll come to me. I'm not awake this morning. But anyways, I mean, he was in the Obama administration. We already know that.
Yeah, I just, and for you Yang gangers out there, I'm sorry. Not buying it. I'm just like, I'm not buying Biden canceling the Keystone Pipeline deal. I think that what he may do is do that for optics and then turn around and rewrite it.
Push another one through. That's what I was thinking this morning when I was watching that. They're all excited about Keystone getting killed. And they're like, yeah, okay, they're going to kill it. But then they're just going to push another one through that maybe routes through a different state or a different area, but it's moving the same fucking crude.
Yeah, I mean, okay, we're going to... for optics, we're going to kill this Keystone Pipeline bill. But don't worry, we're going to fix it in a couple of months. But how about some more drilling in the Arctic?
Oh, well, Trump's been busy the last 2 days just fucking with the environment. I mean, he's rolling out all kind of approving oil drilling in the Arctic. What else has he done? He's done some terrible things.
How do these soulless fuckers that are getting ready to die, I'm talking 74 plus, you know, they got 10, 15 years at best quality of life, if they're lucky. I don't think he does.
Good point, Anthony Rice.
How do they do that? How do they get away with doing that? Do they not give a shit about the planet and future generations and even their own kids? I mean, really?
It's always about the bottom line, right?
Yeah, it's incredible. Jilly says Yang switches policies like Medicare for all in the middle of his campaign. Bingo, Jilly nailed it. Yeah, he switched his policies like Medicare for all, just like Kamala Harris did when she was for it one day, and the next day she got the call on the bat phone and said, "Oh no, you can't do that." So she walked it back.
Right, she walked it back.
Just like
I like Anthony Reyes's comment. It says Yang is about catering to Silicon Valley. Yeah, we know that.
Yeah, he's part of that club. I mean, I don't think he's a very high member in that club personally, but optically, he is, you know, that demographic that they need to shore up and try and bullshit the people into, oh, we're working for you. All optics. So, you know.
Yeah, it is optics.
Rich fuckers are clueless. Nah, Jilly, tell us how you really feel. So, I know. Again, this graphic you made up here with Shanda and Oz, Shanda's got the pitchfork, and that's how I like
American Goth, yeah.
Yeah, I like that. That's how I like it. Pitchfork. I'm the guy.
That's our American Goth.
I want that shirt and the collar there. That's really cool. Yeah, but thanks again.
Dress up like that next week for Peter.
Yeah, thanks for putting hair on me. I really do appreciate that. Now this is Richard Wolff, I assume.
Oh, of course.
And unfortunately, I saw that and I go, "Is that Schumer?" No, wrong nose. And the glasses are too far up his nose.
He doesn't look like Schumer.
Yeah, his mouth does a little bit, but
maybe a little bit. But he's nothing like Schumer.
Oh hell no! Schumer is he works for Israel. he's not a United States. He's an Israeli operative. You morons. Anyway, here we go.
Very common usage of class is not so much about power, but about wealth. Those who have a lot and those who don't. The rich, the poor, the propertied, the propertyless. Dividing society according to who has and who doesn't. And then, of course, middle, those who have a little, but not as much as those who have a lot, etc. And I certainly think who has property and who does not is an important matter in understanding society. But my focus on class looks at something else. And part of my reason for doing that is there's a long tradition at looking at who has the power and who doesn't, and who has the property and who doesn't. And I think there's something missing in those analyses that I want to get at through this other concept of class that I use. And here it is. You can divide people in a capitalist society like ours into two different groups. You can classify people according to whether they are employers, that is, they provide jobs to other people, or they are employees. They are people who depend for their livelihoods on getting a job that is in the hands of an employer to give them or not. I use this division because I think it gives us insights into how society works that are not quite as available if you use concepts of class built around power or property.
Yeah, that takes it down to the bare knuckles, right? That's what it is. Right.
Yeah, you can't break it down any more clear than that. I mean, I don't know how we convey it any better that, it's about class. And I love when I get, I support capitalism. I'm like, okay, so do you own companies? Do you produce jobs? Well, no. Well, then you're not a capitalist. You just work for a capitalist.
That's right. You are the employee of the moment. And that can switch on a dime, I have to say. I have to say.
Well, and even more, he goes on to talk about how more and more professions that used to be self-employed, say doctors, attorneys, these types, are now working for firms and working for networks. So they're not self-employed. They are employed.
Yeah, they absolutely are. Kim threw up a good comment in our last segment. Kim says Keystone XL has already spilled 5,000 barrels. That's 210,000 gallons of oil near indigenous aquifers already. Yes, they have.
Yep.
And those are the ones that we know of.
Right.
Which
Those are
is
the ones they let us
scary.
know, yeah.
You know, have a little petroleum with your drink today.
Oh God! Well, I was watching that BP thing. I watched some
shit.
documentary on it. Oh my God! The amount of oil that we left just globbed up on the seafloor is just heart-wrenching.
Well, yeah, they talk about mass die-offs and people and sea life washing up. Well, why wouldn't it? We've been shitting, pissing, and dumping oil in the ocean for decades now. So, hey,
fertilizers,
man,
whatever runoff.
Oh, yeah, that fertilizer runoff that's the one that creates the dead zones, right?
Yeah, that's what's killing Florida is the fertilizer runoffs and all the red tides.
Yeah, I just it's depressing. What do we got here? We have one. You brought this from.
So this is an ex-mortgage CEO sentenced to prison for a $3 billion fraud. He got 40 months. Homeless man gets 15 years for stealing $100. Tell me that we don't have two justice systems in this country.
Well, I wouldn't call either one of them justice.
Yeah, it's not justice.
It's who gets fucked and who gets freed. And, and that 40 months, you can be sure that it's probably a very light
country club. They got yoga,
Yeah, I mean, it's incredible.
Racquetball.
We already ran this, didn't we, or no?
No, but I love this picture. I got to tell you, this is the dive in the 80s.
Oh shit! I've got the mullet going on there.
Well, the kid's got the mullet too, which is hilarious because he looks just like you.
You're killing me. They're killing me. The jeans. Well, at least I know you weren't diddling the milkman. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I appreciate that. Anyway,
I love the mullets.
Yeah,
mullets are back.
I love that. Who's that? Is that girl from Dallas? Is that her hair?
I don't know, but I had that jacket and I actually had matching boots in the 80s.
Well, what's scary is I still have that jacket and I could probably find that shirt in one of my drawers. So I
have no doubt.
I do. I have that jacket. I'll wear it one of these days. So shit. Am I supposed to run this one? This woman nails it. Faustine.
Yeah, this is really.
I like her.
Jason Burmis. Really quick clip.
All right. Is it going to play? Oh, there it is.
Hey, everybody, Jason Burmis here. And, it's very rare that on television you start to break the veil of what big tech actually is. And I have been kicking and screaming and crying and ranting that these big tech hearings are never going to rein these people in. Why? They are an arm of the military-industrial complex.
Bingo.
And always have been. They are integrated into the system where they are not a private company, as I have been shouting forever, and that they are actually an arm of the National Security Agency.
I
mean, thanks for that heads up for those of you who buy this committees and commissions and all this other horse shit they're trying to sell you. They do nothing. The Unity Commission, I want to go back to that. God. All that was a vehicle for the likes of Nomiki Konst to take advantage of and elevate her position in society. And now she's all but shot it into the toilet. So,
right. Well, the reason I brought this is because everybody thinks now under Biden, we're going to clamp down on these guys.
And, sure we are.
No, we're not. They're hand in hand. They're owned. Most of his cabinet, represents Silicon Valley.
Well, yeah, it's. I think in some cases, because of the influence of the military-industrial complex, all the fossil fuels, pharmaceuticals, and medical insurance, we're going to be in worse shape than we were with Orange Man Cometh.
Oh, yeah.
So I really do. And I'm still going to go with many of us who think that it's going to be a slaughter in 22, that the fear of, we don't want another Trump. We don't want to give it to the Republicans. They're going to say bullshit, and they're going to put the Republicans back in charge of the Senate and the House.
Yeah.
This is promising, right?
Oh, Whitney Webb is on Convo Couch in 10 minutes. Yeah, we're almost done. We're going to clean up here so that way we can go watch Whitney over on the Convo Couch. We love Whitney Webb. So get a free bag of marijuana with your COVID-19 vaccine. This is being pushed by Forbes.
Yeah. I love the idea. I just wish I could just make the brownies. I'll take the
How
brownies.
easily we're duped.
Okay, and everybody remember, don't forget, this week, I think we're going to do a hypocrite of the week every week.
I left it there. Yeah, I was
Yeah.
like, nah, he's still a hypocrite, so I'm leaving.
Yeah, he gets to reign through this week. We'll put a new hypocrite of the week up next week.
Yeah,
okay.
no, that's a good segment.
Yeah, that was a good segment. So yeah, Jordan, buzz off.
Yep.
We have a Wipey Award.
Yeah. So this one goes out to Eriquel Blas from Corona Strike. It's a good time to remember Biden declaimed generations of Black Americans by authoring the crime bill in 1994. Biden ushers in 3 decades of U.S. mass incarceration. We imprisoned the largest incarcerated population in the world.
Yes, absolutely. Eriquel's gotten better. She got a...
Yeah, I've been friends with her for many years. And She
Yeah.
can be all over the place, but we all can, you know.
Yeah.
So
I'm not all over the place. I'm just a jerk all the time to powerful people. So that's just me, though. Chili, Jordan, thumbs down, and here's the bird, you fucker. Yeah,
How about you, Phil?
It's decimated, not declamated. She caught that. She's when we're reading this stuff, it's hard to read, and sometimes the brain doesn't connect. Sorry, Jilly. I do it all the time. What do we got?
This is feisty. Suddenly, we're all Stormy Daniels, just waiting for him to finish so we can get some sleep.
That's terrible.
Come on, it's funny.
All right, let's get on to Fee Says.
He says, you want to read this one?
Yeah, I'll read it. The boutique left progressives are the most easily manipulated bunch. All the establishment had to do was let Trumpers riot the Capitol for them to become FBI informants, pro-censorship, cucks, and blue MAGA. The amount of renewed focus on Trump, who leaves in days, is unprecedented. No shit. So ding, 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 ding. Yep, there you go, Fee. You nailed it. You nailed it. So anyway, what do you got? Some announcements before we adjourn and let everybody run over to Convo Couch that's inclined to, or what?
What announcement? So
Announcements.
we have Women's Wednesday tomorrow, right?
Yeah, I think we may have Joy join us and Stevie, Redneconomics. Looking forward to that. Hopefully Chris will be on. I will talk to her today. Shanda's maybe not tomorrow. Depends, right?
Depends on how I feel.
How you feel.
I got to make some time to get to a doctor's call, so I'm going to try to do it tomorrow.
Yeah. So go to the doctor and that's it. So let's call it a day because it's going to be the top of the hour in a few minutes. We've got tomorrow. We're off Thursday, and check out if you're inclined to have a nice view of a bunch of real people doing a celebration of Martin Luther King. We had that up yesterday at Roar Media. Great people.
Very heartfelt.
Very heartfelt. We had a very wide mix of denominational and non-denominational people. So there's topics that should appeal to everybody, but their heart was into it. They really cared. The keynote was great. Richard Mabian was the keynote over there. Just a very nice, thoughtful guy. So what do we got? We're coming back after tomorrow. It'd be Friday, and I don't know if Amber's going to have a brand new future Friday night or not, but I'm thinking maybe we could possibly do a panel at some point coming up, and
Sounds good.
looking forward to that. And Beauty and the Boomer Saturday night. I've got my hair for Saturday night, so I'll have my hair on again. So anything else, but Shanda, we do want you to get that taken care of. So go ahead, take tomorrow off, do what you got to do.
Okay, thank you.
And I'll plug through the deck. If you have anything that you can throw on there, please do. I like what you do. Shanda does all the work these days. Odd sits around and waits the last minute to make a card. I can't do this without Shanda anymore. So thank you so much.
Thanks.
I appreciate it.
I just try to bring you the best of whatever I'm coming across on.
Well, I think
online.
I think a lot of folks like us to bang through these topics, and we don't, we try and pick the ones that aren't necessarily covered by other folks.
Everybody else.
Yeah,
exactly.
So, and we're going to go out with Shanda pick this one. It's Won't Get Fooled Again. Don't forget, run over to the Convo Couch if you can do it on Rockfin. Go over there. We'll be watching with you. So should be a great. We love the Whitney Webb and her positions. Have a great day, everybody. Thank you so much.
See you in the chat.
Ciao, ciao.
We'll be fighting in the streets with our children at our feet, and the morals that worship will be gone. And the man who spurred us on, sitting judgment of our wrong, they decided, and a shotgun sings a song. I tip my hat to the new Constitution, take up that for the new revolution, smile and grin at the change all around me, pick up my guitar and play, just like yesterday, and I get on my knees and pray. We don't get fooled again. Change it had to come. We knew it all along. We were liberated from the fold, that's all. And the world looks just the same, and the history ain't changed, 'cause the banners they are flown in the next world. Tip my hat to the new Constitution, take a bow for the new revolution, smile and grin at the change all around me, pick up my guitar and play, just like yesterday, and we get on my knees and pray. We don't get fooled again. Myself and my family aside, if we happen to be left here from now, I'll get on my papers and smile at the sky, though I know that the hypnotized never lie. Nothing in the streets different to me, and slogans are replaced by and by, and we're parting on the left, now we're parting on the right, and the beards they have grown longer overnight. Tip my hat to the new Constitution, take a bow for the new revolution, smile and grin at the change all around me, pick up my guitar and play, just like yesterday.